There's some breaking news this weekend that's of great importance to anybody who inhabits Europe. However, looking at the BBC homepage, obviously there's no mention of it. You can watch some panda cubs wowing hundreds at a zoo in Hong Kong, not really pertinent to people living in South Shields. And there's a bit about fights in ice hockey, and Trump's administration's leaving mixed messaging, and the government's rehiring people because they're incompetent, and Zelensky needs more money because that's the important stuff. Which story are they leaving out, you might ask? Well, this one. Austria attack that killed teen linked to, well, the obvious. The obvious. It wasn't going to be a Mormon, was it? Wasn't going to be a Quaker extremist. The story might have been updated 4 hours ago, but obviously they don't want to put it on the homepage because they don't want people like you talking about it. And there's a great image linked to the story that's doing the rounds on social media. The BBC don't want to show you it, but I will. There he is, seconds after killing a load of innocent people, grinning like the village idiot, the porridge-brained simpleton purposely imported by the leaders of Europe in order to butcher innocent people on the streets, pointing at the sky and looking very, very pleased with himself. Contrary to popular belief, he's not pointing at the sky, he's pointing at Angela Merkel's house and he's saying, she brought me over and when I go around her house after this, she's going to hum one of Mozart's symphonies with my balls in her mouth. Right then, this is the story of the hour that the BBC nestled quietly away in a dark corner of the internet. The officials have got things to say, but we don't need to listen to them. We can read it and make our own minds up. A stabbing in Austria that killed a 14-year-old boy and wounded 5 other innocent people was carried out by the regulars at Alan's world-famous snack bar. You know the one I'm talking about? They're always shouting about it. Merch plug, why not treat yourself to an Alan's snack bar t-shirt? Established in 610 AD, the bearded waffle in the image is just as happy filling your stomach with tasty morsels as he is filling his pockets with ball bearings and rat poison and scattering himself across the inside of a concert venue. Anyway, the attack took place on Saturday at Villach, a town near the border with Italy and Slovenia, and 3 of those who were injured remain in intensive care. Lives changed forever, severe limp at the very least, and the people that run the European Union couldn't give a monkey's fart. A 23-year-old Syrian asylum seeker. Asylum seeker. Imagine referring him to an asylum seeker after he's just butchered a load of innocent people. Shouldn't we be seeking asylum from him? I mean, that seems like a logical question to ask, doesn't it? Yeah. I want asylum from not getting stabbed in the eye while I'm walking the dog. How about that? Interior Minister Gerhard Kahner said an IS group flag had been found in the suspect's apartment, and State Police Chief Michaela Kalweiss said he had sworn allegiance to the group. She also added,
"Yeah, I could not give a flying shite for the lives of innocent men, women and children."
Speaking at a news conference on Sunday, Kahner said this was an attack by the followers of the pot-bellied epileptic desert midget, and according to the investigation so far, he was radicalised online. Of course he was. Of course he was. And he definitely didn't get invited in by the globalist sociopaths who feel nothing for your daughters' and wives' lives and don't even get a slight twinge of guilt when these lunatics redecorate the inside of the Bataclan Theatre or the Manchester Evening News Arena in brain matter grey. No. Don't even feel the slightest concern about it. And then obviously there's loads of drivel, because that's what the BBC do, and they'll tell you what the weather was like, and they'll tell you what type of flowers were on the street, and they'll tell you about the sun, the stars, and the green, green grass. But they won't tell you that our leaders purposely imported millions of angry, fighting-age men, either in the teens or the 20s, with no way of vetting them at all, no way of identifying whether or not they're in a terrorist group, and no interest at all if 20 of them drag a load of schoolgirls above a greasy kebab shop and then bang a more than Stevie Wonder's big toe. No, don't care. And there's no way of stopping it. The attack took place at 1600. Oh yeah, near the tell us about the town square, BBC. I've had enough. Let's go back to this image, right? This grinning simpleton is loving it. Because this is what I keep telling you. He wasn't radicalised online in a short period of time. The people that we're bringing over are the worst type of human. Many of them are terrorists. He didn't turn up in Germany all sunshine and rainbows, or ja, Fraulein, I'm off to the beer cellar. No, he turned up full of hatred because their ideology teaches them to be full of hatred for the unbelievers. This was known 250 years ago, when the American delegation famously went to see the Barbary pirates and said, "Why do you keep attacking our ships?" And they said, "Because you're infidels." He was like, "Yeah, but we've got no quarrel with you. No American ships have ever plundered your coast. We've never made war upon you people. Why do you do this to us?" Almost like a liberal from the 2025. He was actually thinking he could reason with them. And they were like, "Because you're an infidel. A dirty, filthy infidel. A non-believing, swine-eating, booze-swilling barbarian. And we believe you are worthless. That's why we do it." And to his credit, he realised at this point that it was pointless talking to them, properly funded a newly minted American Navy, and then gave them the good news with the pointy end, because that's how you deal with these people, and it's the only way of dealing with them, because it doesn't matter how many Hollywood movies you show them, or how much sauerkraut you feed them, they're not going to suddenly turn into freedom-loving Westerners, are they, Angela? Or Jean-Claude, or Guy, or any of the other brain-dead authoritarian elites that are currently running this omni-shambles. But that's just what I think. Maybe I'm just bad-tempered. Please let me know in the comments if you think I'm totally wrong, and after a good talking to, they can let him out in a couple of years' time, and, he'll be a splendid, high-functioning member of society, and he'll go on the gay pride marches, and he'll become a primary school teacher, and he'll talk to the kids about Elmo and Big Bird, and he'll never once ever even dream about plunging a rusty dagger into someone's eyeball 8 times, because he thinks God loves that type of thing. Anyway, alright, that's going to do me for the day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you all had a good weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.